Hi everyone, AI Glenn here. Unfortunately, when recording this episode, we had all kinds of issues that we could not quite figure out. I did the best I could editing. For longtime listeners, it will be like the early days. For new listeners, this is what the OG podcast listeners had to put up with. Give it a try. The episode was really good. And by the way, I wish my voice really did sound like this.
You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the number one horse podcast in the world. Here is your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
Well, good Friday morning, everybody. I am Glenn the Geek coming to you from Ocala, Florida.
And I'm Jamie Jennings, and I'm in Norman, Oklahoma. You're listening to Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network for Friday, November 21st, episode 3824, brought to you today by Kentucky Performance Products. Good morning, horse people.
It's Friday, and another weekend of riding is a few short hours away. Jamie and Glenn are here to help you make it through the day with some fun guests and some really bad ads. Enjoy the show.
Well, good Friday morning, everybody. We're going to start our Horse Husband Monthly series with Auditor Rachel Brigg's husband, Jordan. He's going to join us today. I think you're going to enjoy that. And
he's very handsome.
We're going to talk about the latest with the Texas EHV1 outbreak. I'm going to review, as I promised. I did it. I suffered. It was a Lifetime movie because I can't get the Hallmark, but it's the same thing. I did a Lifetime Christmas movie, and we're going to talk about that. And maybe
I'm so proud of you. How much red wine did you drink? Because that's how you watch those.
Actually, I had food poisoning last night, so there was no red wine, and I'm not sure if it made my review of the movie better or worse. So,
okay, we'll find out.
We're going to find out about that. And we're going to do some really bad ads. And then in the Auditor Post show, Rachel Briggs, who is the wife of the horse husband we have on, is going to join us. And we're going to find out if anything he said is true in the Auditor Post show. That's all coming up. But first, geez, you were away. We're going to talk about that a little later. But you were away and driving home when all of the news hit about Texas and Oklahoma.
Yes, there is a monstrous outbreak of equine herpes virus, the neurologic kind, which is the kind that you can't vaccinate for. And basically, there was a world championship barrel racing finals in Waco. And unfortunately, so many horses have come down with the EHV1 from that barrel race. And it has just, it has grinded to a halt. Everything is stopped, simply because it's so unbelievably contagious. It lives in the air like a demon vapor for 2 weeks. And it just flies around. Like, they were like, you can actually spread it by like clipping on a lead rope from one horse to the next. There are so many ways that you can catch this. Just your hands, the water buckets, a blade of grass. I remember we had an outbreak of this when I was living in Arizona, and all the competition stopped, and you couldn't take your horse out in a public place, like in a boarding stable, and graze them because other horses might have grazed near that blade of grass. So it is serious. I had a show in 2 weeks that's already been canceled up here in Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
Everything is shutting down. It was just like a holiday trail ride scavenger hunt, and we were all so excited because we've never had one of these, like a 100-pace trail ride scavenger hunt thing. And we got the news on the way home yesterday as I was driving that it was canceled as well. So this is super serious, and I hope everybody is taking precautions. They said the number one thing that you can do is just not go anywhere. Just lock everything down. Don't travel.
And of course, half of the, I went through pretty much, I did a search on Facebook today for EHV1, and I went through pretty much every post, and there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of posts.
So some of the things we're gonna link to an episode that Jennifer did, I think, on Horse Tip Daily, but basically like dribbling urine, fever, anything over 101.5. If they're leaning against a wall, if they look a little weak behind, if they're not eating as much as they normally do. If they just look a little bit funky because it's a neurologic, basically vascular, all of their blood vessels kind of swell up, and that causes a lot of problems in the horse's body. Vasculitis or something. I can't remember. I've been reading so much about it for days. But
well,
weakness,
of course, you saw the same thing I did. Half the people are going, don't worry about it. This is nothing. You know, the old deniers. And then I saw the one veterinarian post. I don't know what all the fuss is. Three tubes of ivermectin cures it. And I went, here the ivermectin crowd coming out again.
Oh my God, it's COVID all over. Don't go anywhere, shelter in place and take ivermectin. I gotta tell
you, I had PSTD when I was reading these posts because it reminded me so much of COVID. You know, yes, they're probably, okay, so this is what I did read. And this is true. Jamie and I get a Google alert for every horse story that comes out every day. And there are EHV1 happens all over the country all the time. Almost all horses carry it. Almost all horses are exposed to it. It happens all the time. And we do see reports of this racetrack or that racetrack. What makes this different? One, is a very aggressive form. Two, it was at a world championship where people from all over the country were there. Usually when it happens at a barn and it's isolated and it's easy to isolate. This one just happened that everybody traveled away from the barn and horses didn't start getting sick till 4 days later.
Yeah.
And the other problem is it's barrel racers. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but barrel racers tend to do a lot of things. The English riders do one show in a weekend and maybe don't show again till next weekend or 2 weeks from now, right? Barrel racers will show during the week. I mean, they go to all different things. They're very active and they travel everywhere. One example, this woman named Bailey, she posted it publicly, so I think I can talk about it. She lost one of her horses. She said, get this, I went to Waco for 1 day on the 8th. I didn't stall or tie in the barn. I was literally there for no more than 2 hours. I had 2 horses that day. I ran my first one, came back to the trailer, and ran the second one. I am shocked that I was even exposed. I was sick, so I was in and out and didn't even go around anybody. I came home, and unfortunately, I have 10 horses that have walked in the same barn, been hauled in the same trailer. Her one horse, the second one she took in the show, died. She went to another show before she even knew all of this. So this is before she knew her horses were going to get sick. She went to 2 more shows. So she hauled to 2 more shows before she even knew. She went roping. She did a whole bunch of stuff. She hauled a whole bunch of horses in the same trailer. They're all in the same barn. And she said her horse Shiloh showed no signs of being sick. I rode her Monday, got her out of the stall on Tuesday. She was normal. I rode my other horses and came back, saddled her, and that's when she noticed she had the EHV symptoms. It escalated fast, no fever. She was eating, drinking, and went downhill. And apparently within a day, the horse was done. So, it's just, she had no idea. She was only there for 2 hours and trailered. She didn't go in the barn. So
it floats around,
right?
Floats around in the air like a demon vapor.
And
so
there's a lot of them saying, well, you have to have contact, it has to be bodily fluid contact.
No, it's airborne. It's in the droplets in the air. It's again, you know what? If 3 tubes, I feel like my veterinarian who is here, if he was like, hey, you know what? Give him 3 tubes ivermectin and like, that'll work. I would do that. And I feel like if my veterinarian knew that, exactly. I think if they knew, if that was like 100%, then that's what they would tell you to do. So who knows what's going to happen? But yeah, ivermectin saves the world. It's amazing. Again. No, but we don't know if that's true, but that's just what we've been reading because everybody, you guys, it's like Facebook and everybody has a story and everybody has it's like COVID on Facebook again. Same thing.
Even here in Florida, they've been, WEC was supposed to have a barrel race coming up next weekend and they canceled it wisely. So, WEC is going to be extra cautious about that anyway.
Keep your barrel horses at home, cowgirls.
But there have been trail rides around here that have canceled, and I know of, again, reading posts. There are 3 barns around here where they showed at that show, brought their horses home, and now they're in quarantine.
Yeah.
And a couple of the barns owners said, yeah, we have horses that have fever. We're waiting for the vet to get here. So it hasn't been confirmed because they haven't had the test. But when you've been too exposed and your horse gets fever, you know, it could be something else, but more than likely it's this.
And now they're like, oh, but it might not show a fever. So it's like all super fun.
Like
it's
this-
all terrible.
Like this lady's horse, Shiloh, didn't show a fever, you know, went downhill quickly and that was it. So anyway, keep an eye on your horses, everybody. And we're kind of isolated here, so we're okay. But yeah, I feel for everybody. This is not an easy one. And I will put a link to the episode that Jen did a while back on EHV. They spent a whole time talking about this with Dr. Hodge and what to look for and, you know, how it transmits, all that stuff. So I'll put a link to that in the show notes. Let's get on to happier stuff. Oh my God, we have a lot of these this weekend.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
We have a lot of auditor birthdays this weekend. It seems like some days I have none for a week, and then all of a sudden, everybody was born the same weekend. So that's what we have this weekend. Happy birthday to Audrey Metcalf, Kayla Mosher, Emily Muller, Rachel Hahn, Rachel Zent, Yersina Studhalter, Heather Keys, and Mona Wheeler. Happy birthday to all of you. Mona Wheeler, I haven't heard from you in forever. Also, it is the last day for songs and poems for holiday week. We got one excellent song that just came in yesterday. I hope to see more. And I wanted to announce that there will be video. We will be doing video, but only for the auditors. So we'll be recording the video as we do the show, kind of behind the scenes video of the making of Holiday Week. So that will be posting in the auditor room. If you want to see that, become an auditor before you got 2 weeks to become an auditor.
Do I have to wear like a Christmas sweater again and stuff?
Yes, you do. If you look holiday-ish, you have to act like you're holiday-ish.
But if I'm going to wear that, like I have one. So it's going to be the same every day. I'm not going to shopping.
Well, that'll be easy if we record anything ahead of time for having it.
It's continuity.
Yes,
I'm doing it for continuity. That's what I'm doing.
Glad you thought ahead on that.
I did. Yeah, I planned that. Well, sorry I wasn't here on Wednesday when, you know, a horse friend calls and says, I'm going shopping for a horse and I need your help. I mean, I'm in the car. So on Tuesday night, Larissa, my bestie here, has been looking
shopping for horses for you about 100 times.
Yes, she is. I mean, I owe her. Like, I've flown her to Kentucky. Like, we've done everything. We've done, and it's always for me. So she wanted to shop for a horse, and she hasn't even been looking for a horse because her barn is being built, and she's got a lot of projects at home. But she is a dressage rider, and her whole entire life, her life dream, her marching towards death dream, has always been to own a Grand Prix dressage horse. But like realistically, you can't do that. They're like $150,000. It's insane. Or, you know, you go to Europe and you buy them for 70, 80, and then you have to send them home and all that. So there's no way she's ever going to get a Grand Prix dressage horse until she sees an ad last week and she starts messaging back and forth with these people. And there is a imported from Austria Grand Prix dressage mare in Fayetteville, Arkansas. What?
Did they do dressage in Arkansas?
She did. There's like one horse, and so she sees this ad. She's like, "I'm sorry, that's like a 4-hour drive. We have to go see this horse." And I'm like, "There's no way." And it was like probably half the price of what it should be at. And I hope she doesn't mind me telling you this, but there's I'm like, there's always a reason that these horses are priced like that. You know, it's 35 instead of 105, you know, or 95 or whatever they're usually priced at. It's insane. Dressage horses are insane. So we drive to Fayetteville and decided to stay. We were like, okay, we'll ride the horse. And if we like it, we'll ride it again the next morning. So we drive out to this farm in Fayetteville. It's about 4 hours, I think. And Arkansas is beautiful. Why don't more people live there?
It is
It's
beautiful.
awesome.
People think it's terrible, but it's beautiful.
It's so pretty. I was like, oh my God. And the town of Fayetteville was super cute. And we go to this barn and it's like indoor arena, really super nice facility. And they bring out this 17-hand, I think she's an Oldenburg mare, and she is just ginormous and she is gorgeous. And she's 16 years old. So she has all the buttons, Piaffe, Passage, Tempies, 1s and 2s and 3s, all the things. She knows all the things. And I guess this woman had bought this mare and imported her and thought she would be a schoolmaster, but she was a little bit much for her. And so she's had it with a trainer for, a year, like an upper level dressage rider for a year. And they've been just keeping her in work. And she finally decided to sell her. And she's like, I just really want her to go somewhere good. And then why is she that price? Well, in competing in dressage, the horse cannot stick its tongue out.
That's right. Yeah, that's bad.
It's really bad. That's really, really bad. Like you can't actually score well
a lot
if
of
the
times
horse.
when they stick their tongue out, they accidentally bite it too, and then there's blood, and that gets you kicked out.
Yeah, then you're toast. And so they were like, okay, because I was like, I'm looking around, and oh my gosh, I've never dealt with somebody so incredibly honest. This lady was delightful. She loves this horse. She just wants it to go to a good home. I'm looking around and I see like a little thickening in the front left tendon, and I don't say anything. I'm looking while Larissa's talking, and eventually Larissa's like, any old injuries? And she's like, well, she had something in that front left tendon, like a check ligament thing, but it's fine now, blah, blah. And I was like, she's so honest. Like, I loved it. The mare is up to date on everything. It's legend and adequate and all the things. So we go to ride her. Well, Larissa, we watch the trainer ride, and she does lots of cool stuff. And then Larissa gets on, and Larissa doesn't know all of those upper level movements, but
Or Piaffes and Passages aren't perfect yet.
yeah, she doesn't have a Piaffe installed in her body. And I do. So I have fortunately did all those things when I was younger. And I mean, granted, I'm not perfect at them or anything like that, but she rode the horse and got to sit Piaffe. Like the guy helps her get some Piaffe out of her. And when he was showing some changes and stuff. And then Larissa's like, do you want to ride her? And I was like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And by the way, she sticks her tongue out. But guess what? Larissa doesn't want to compete. She just wants a horse this fancy to ride all the time. So it's so perfect.
Really?
It was like, and this lady's like,
I
I
didn't
just
want to compete.
No, she's like, if I go to a show, fine. She was like, so what? They marked me from a 66 to a 60. I don't care. I don't care. I just want to have a horse like this to ride. So it's like the perfect owner. So it has to pass the test. So then I get on the horse.
Fantasy horse.
Oh my God. It's like marching towards death bucket list. I mean, granted, it's a lot of money, but she's like, I mean, like, when am I going to have this opportunity 4 hours away to have this amazing horse who's imported? Like, you just can't. And of course, it's a half price because it sticks its tongue out. It's like, it's free.
It's 16. I mean, which isn't old, but it's older. Yeah.
16. She's like, realistically, I'd like 2 years. And I was like, perfect. And she has a bunch of brood. She's like, I'll get embryos out of this thing and have babies for days. I was like, perfect. So she's got a realistic plan of riding a 16-year-old for maybe two. I think you can get more than 2 years because she was fantastic. Yeah. So I get on her, and the trainer's had given Larissa a lesson, and he starts talking to me, and I was like, all right, hey, first of all, don't judge. It's been a minute. Okay. Second of all, you don't have to coach me unless you see me doing something really stupid. You don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to play around on her. So I get on her, and his saddle is like, it's like the most delightful dressage saddle. I was like in the horse. And so I sit down and I'm
$20,000 for that. So
I was like, can you throw the saddle in with the horse? So I get on the horse and I start and I launch into this, and I'm like sitting trot, which my body has not done a sitting trot in a minute. I've been riding thoroughbreds for forever. So I was like, in 2 minutes, my abs are like screaming, and I'm like, keep going, suck it up. So I'm riding this sitting trot, and I go around, and I was like, okay, well, nobody's here to tell me no. So I'm just going to see what she can do. I was like, I start trotting. I was like, let's do a little shoulder in. Let's do a little lunges in. Let's do a little half pass. Okay. And by the way, I have no spurs. No whip, no nothing. And she's in a double bridle. So that is the one thing I think she's very heavy up front, but you know what? Suck it up. It's fine. So I get on her and I'm doing all these things. And I was like, is it cool if I canter? Yeah. Okay. So I canter and I'm like, oh, let's see the half pass. Canter half pass across the arena. Oh, let me ask for a change. Boop. Flying change to the other side. I'm like, oh, let's see what else she can do. And I was like, let me ask for some threes. Oh my God. And so I'm on this horse. I'm like, she is amazing. But in my head, but I'm being cool. Like, I'm super cool. Like, everything's fine. Like, okay, fine. I got these things, and like half pass across the arena. I was like, oh, let me try a pirouette. I only did a walk pirouette, but I got the pirouette. And I was like, okay. And I'm trying not to explode because at this point, I want this horse for me. So I get off the horse. And she's like 17 too, so I have to ride her to the mounting block. And I was like, I teach all my horses I can dismount on the mounting block because I've broken my foot twice. I'm like, she's ginormous, and she's stood perfect. She's so good. And so I get off, and so I'm walking out, and I'm like, I need some water. And Larissa's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get some water too. So we walk out to the car, and we're just out the barn, and we're walking to the car, and Larissa turns to me and goes, please tell me I can have her. I really want to have her. Don't tell me I can't have her. Please tell me I can have her. Can I have her? Please, please.
I know, Larissa. I could see her saying that.
Yes. She was like, don't tell me I can't have her. I really want to have her. Can I please have her? And I was like, oh, you can have her. She's like, oh my God. She's crying. The owner's crying. Everybody's crying because this is the exact home that this woman wanted for her horse. Like she wanted her to go to somebody who's going to love her forever and not be bothered that her tongue sticks out and that she has these other things. And Larissa just wants a horse to ride for a couple years that has all these buttons, and she takes lessons every week. And I was like, you better ride this horse with your trainer forever after this. And she's like, oh my God, I bought an F-35. Where am I going to keep it? Because if you remember, I told you she'd never barn built yet. She's like, where am I going to keep this F-35? I got to park it somewhere. And then the panic attack started after she bought it. But yeah, we ended up, she bought the horse. And now barring a pre-purchase, which is happening this next week. And then, of course, bring your horse home to where we have EHV. Now, her horses they haven't gone anywhere in forever. So she is good at home, should be really safe, and her neighbors don't go anywhere with their horses. But I was like, you better put insurance on her before you get her home, because just in case.
Transport yourself.
Yeah, she gets EHV on the way home. But no, I'm super excited and super proud of Larissa, and she is fully embracing the marching towards death and bought her dream horse, again, barring pre-purchase, but I will keep you posted.
Sounds good. Well, is your horse a hard keeper or performance horse who needs to gain weight but stay calm? Is he a senior horse who can't maintain his weight? Do you have a mare or stallion that you want to keep in top breeding condition? Or a growing horse predisposed to orthopedic issues? Well, equine nutritionists recommend the use of high-quality fat to provide healthy calories. Equijewel Stabilized Rice Bran is formulated with all-natural ingredients that are high in healthy fats and fibers and low in starch. It helps to maintain weight on a hard-to-keep horse and horses with elevated energy demands, such as equine athletes, broodmares, and early lactation, breeding stallions, and growing horses. To learn more, visit kppusa.com. That's kppusa.com for Equijewel Stabilized Rice Bran. Well, you all have asked for it, and I'm disappointed that most of you that have asked for it are women who weren't allowed to listen to the Horse Husbands episode anyway. But there's been a number of posts, and I've gotten a number of private messages that we should bring back the Horse Husband episode, which I don't have room for because all the Tuesdays and Thursdays are spoken for. So we're going to do a Horse Husband segment, and Jamie can play along too, which makes me happier. So we're once a month going to have a Horse Husband on, and we're going to do it like we used to, just chat with horse husbands. And today we're going to start with Jordan Briggs, who is husband to Auditor Rachel Briggs. Well, Jamie, I said that we've been getting some requests to do horse husband segments again. People have been missing them. It's been a few years since I did the horse husband episode. So I thought once a month we're going to have a horse husband on, and we're going to chat with them about all horse husband things. And today we're going to start with Jordan Briggs, who's husband to Auditor Rachel Briggs, who I think has been a listener of ours, Jordan, for a long time, right? I mean...
Oh, yeah. Years.
I thought so. I thought she's been around since probably we started the Auditor Room. So, but you are not a typical horse husband. You actually grew up around horses, right?
I was going to say, I'm looking at a picture of him right now, and he doesn't look like some typical horse husband. He's a tall drink of water with a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I grew up around horses. We had horses from the time I was really little, pretty much before I could walk. They had me leading around on a little pony, and then we trail rode a little bit. We never really competed or did anything competitive with our horses. We just enjoyed having them. We lived in the mountains of East Tennessee, so we would go out on some trail rides here and there. But, I got to around middle school and started getting involved in sports. And when I did that, it kind of horses took the back seat, and then we lost interest for a little while. But I rodeoed a little bit on the rough stock end of things, and then got into football and track, and then track carried me all the way through college. And after college, I moved to Sevierville, Tennessee, and started working for the Dolly Parton Stampede. Yeah.
Yeah. You started working at the Stampede? What were you doing there?
So I actually applied for a barn hand position because I thought, I'll never get to ride there. And I interviewed that day, and the production manager hired me, and he said, can you start today? And I was like, well, I don't have barn clothes. He said, well, you've got the look we like for the show, so we're actually going to have you be a tech. And I was like, oh, even better. And when I stuck around to see what that entailed, I was setting up a lot of props and doing a lot of moving things around. But then with that show in particular, everyone is on stage. So I did have to learn a few dance moves, which was not my forte to be a part of that. And then one day I was running one of the aerial acts we have in the show. That there's a tech that's in the ceiling, making sure everything's connected right, and you're on a headset with that manager. And during that act, he was talking to me. He's like, have you ever ridden horses? I was like, yeah, I grew up riding horses. He was like, would you be interested in being a rider? I was like, yeah, I would love to. I just didn't think that was an option. He said, oh, yeah, we'll give you an audition. And then if it works out, we'll move you over. And that's exactly what happened.
So you were actually doing the riding then, huh?
Yeah, I got in the show probably about 2 months after that. We had to find someone to fill my position, and then learn all the acts, and they kind of make you earn your way into the show at the Stampede. So most time you have to start out doing the dancing and the stuff people don't want to do. And then once you get some opportunities to be in some of the riding acts and you prove yourself there, then you're kind of in. And then I was in almost every act for years after that. So it was a blast, and I learned a lot of new things there. Did trick roping, learned to fire breathe. So my production resume grew pretty good in those few years.
What was your? I've seen the show many times up there. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was probably flag race. That was the one where we kind of could just let go and ride, and we didn't have to be in formation or, on counts or anything like that. You just had to leave at the right time, pick your flag up and stick it. So it was the only part for the guys that was really competition on horseback.
Did you ride the same horse all the time, or were you mixing up horses?
No, we mix it up. So they have around 45 on any given time in the barn, and then we have property down the road outside where they kind of rotate out, give them breaks, and we get new horses in and they'll quarantine. So we have usually 2 horses assigned to you that you'll come in and take care of and tack and warm up every day, and then you may not even ride those horses in the show. But there's a board that is in the backstage area where we have every act listed, and your name will be there in the position you're in and the horse you'll be riding. And then for multiple show days, there may be, 2 or 3 different sets of information on that one board. So you come in, you see what act you're in, you see what horse you have, and you get your appropriate costumes. And then when the show starts, those horses are ready, and you'll be switching horses backstage. And it's a big working machine with a lot of moving parts once that show's going.
Because you're changing, do you have to change the tack multiple times too, in addition to your own outfits?
The tack pretty much stays the same. Some of the bigger horses, we would switch between different wagons. We had some Conestogas and some buckboards. And so there's some props and some tack changes there, but not really having to change a whole lot of tack during the show.
Do they change the show up at all, or has it just been the same for the last 30 years?
Yeah, they tend to change things gradually. They don't usually do big sweeping changes. They may replace one act, or they'll change an act a little bit from year to year. There was one year we took the mansion down. If people had been, in the past, they would probably remember that big antebellum mansion that was the backdrop, and we had the curtains. And that was their biggest one-time investment in the show. I can't remember the dollar amount, but they replaced that wall entirely, put a big LED screen in, and really kind of up the technology of everything. And that year was probably the biggest one-time change we ever saw.
So how did you end up meeting Rachel?
She was actually down here to go to school at the University of Tennessee. She was on a visit to campus, and they were in town because you kind of just, it's close to Knoxville, so people will come over and do the touristy things. And her family and her were out on the horse walk, and some people at home had encouraged her to look into working at the Stampede. Well, while they were on the horse walk, they bumped into the manager, and he told her that he could give her an audition if she had boots. So if I remember right, she went and got some boots and did her audition, and he said, "Great, you'll work out. Can you start Friday?" And she was like, "I don't even live here yet."
They're hard up for help. Start today, start Friday.
Yeah. So she ended up getting something worked out, and she moved down early for school and then started in the show. And at the time I was dating someone, so there wasn't, really anything romantic at first, but then working together that much and spending that much time with somebody that you have that much in common with, really, it's difficult not to kind of develop relationships like that. So we ended up dating, and we dated for 2 years. I proposed at the end of one of our shows, and that's actually on YouTube.
Did you do it in front of everybody?
I did,
You
yeah.
were fairly confident she was going to say yes, I assume.
I was confident, but man, I was nervous. I did not eat that whole weekend. I knew that I wanted to propose in the show, and I knew that I wanted to ask her father in person, but they live 6 hours up the road. So I knew it'd be difficult to be able to actually get an in-person audience with him without her knowing. And I had been looking for rings. I bought one. They were changing something on it, and I told them no rush. And then I come home that evening, and she's like, "Hey, my parents are coming down this week." And I was like, crap, I need to have the ring and show them. So I called the jewelry store, and they're like, "Yeah, we can have it tomorrow." I was like, "Oh God, I'm actually going to ask them." And then the continuation of that was, she was like, "Yeah, they're going to the show on Sunday." And I'm like, "Oh my God, this just got real." So I had the ring ready on that Friday. I asked them if they would approve of it. And they said, "Yeah, we would. When are you thinking about doing it?" I was like, "Well, Sunday." And I had my parents come down. I was working at church on that Wednesday night, and there was a couple there that does photography and videography. They said they would shoot everything for me if I just got them tickets to the show. So we had, between family and friends, about 14 or 15 people at that show.
Rachel had no idea?
She had no idea. But that weekend, I couldn't eat. And everywhere we would go eat, she was like, "You're not eating?" I'm like, "I just don't feel very good. I can't eat very much right now. I just don't feel very good." She didn't know I was nervous as all get out. And then that Sunday, the show rolled around, and everything worked out perfectly. And
they had no problem with you doing it? They were probably loving this. It's good for ratings.
Yeah. So it's funny you say that. They were good with it because they knew us and they knew, the expected outcome. But they don't really allow it anymore because it's not always been that way.
Oh, so they did have some girls say, "Hell no."
Yeah. They've had some run out of the arena before because they'd only known the person for 3 months.
Well, yeah, that's good for ratings, though, too. Kind of a bummer. But...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And doing it at the end of the show works out well because if it's a no, it's like, "Well, thank you guys for coming. We'll see you next time." But in the middle of the show, it's kind of like, back to the show.
Well, I'm glad she said yes. So that's by the way, we're talking about Hallmark movies later, Jamie. This whole thing's a Hallmark movie right here. This whole thing.
Kidding.
Meeting at the show, riding horses.
Love it, Dolly Stampede.
Absolutely.
That's
They've already
what it's
done the
called.
Dollywood one. Why not?
Oh my God, that's great. I have a curiosity question. So you were out of horses for a long time, then you got into horses here. Did you have a desire while you were working at the Stampede to have your own horse, or were you just having enough of horses at work?
Yeah, I was still kind of in that college mode at that time. So really, they were off the table. I lived in an apartment, and, we were working so much and riding all the time that, like, you kind of want that, like, freedom of going and riding how you want to ride, but at the same time it scratches that itch pretty good while you're there, especially we get to Christmas season and we're doing 5 shows a day. I mean, we're living and breathing horses, and it's
5 shows
a lot
a
of fun.
day?
Yeah, we would do 5, and we would have to be in about 9 o'clock that morning, and we wouldn't leave till about 11:30 that night.
Oh my God, that's a long day. And when you're doing shows like that, you're on stage, your adrenaline's going, it wears you out.
No wonder
yeah.
you got to find a bride that works there. You won't see her otherwise.
Exactly.
Well, then you guys, you still live in Tennessee though, right?
We do. We live just outside of that Sevierville area, just off the interstate. And Rachel works for MW Animal Health, so she's on the road, and we're close to the interstate. I'm fully remote now because I work for Pro Fantasy Rodeo and Rodeo Vegas. So most of my coworkers are in Texas, and so I'm on a Zoom call a lot.
So you guys are involved in the rodeo coming up, right? In Texas,
We are.
Vegas? Yeah.
Yes, sir. This is our big one. So we do a few fantasy games a year, but our biggest one that has the most players is the NFR game.
And that'll happen when in December?
So entries are open for it right now. Folks can go to profantasyrodeo.com and build a team just like you would a fantasy football team. There's just no drafting or trading, so it's a lot simpler. And then that's your team for all 10 nights. So the entries will be locked when the round one starts, and that's your team you ride with for all 10 nights.
I see. I didn't even know this existed. That's fascinating. You'd have to really be into rodeo to do that, wouldn't you? Because you have to know who the people are.
You do, but at the same time with the salary cap, it's kind of a little bit of a gamble, because you can pick the team you think's going to do good and they'll do terrible, and you can pick one that you just don't have much confidence in and they'll show up for you. So it's a lot of fun, especially if there's horse husbands out there and their wives are into rodeo and they just don't really have a tie to it. This is a great way for them to have that connection point.
And Rodeo Vegas, is that the same thing? Is that something different?
It's a little different. So Rodeo Vegas is the original watch party for the NFR. So there's only about 26,000 seats in the Thomas and Mack where the NFR is, but there's about 500,000 people that come to town. So everybody's looking for a fun place to watch the rodeo. And Rodeo Vegas, we offer that. We actually have our adult watch party where it's a nightclub, and then there's concerts that are totally free to see right after that. And then we have the only family-friendly watch party as well, called Rodeo Vegas Ranch, and that one's welcome for all ages. And that's something cool that they started last year.
And that's the only one nobody's getting drunk at? Is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is still Las Vegas, but it is family-friendly in that venue.
That's funny. So so you have a horse now?
We do. I have one little mare called Luna, and then we have our gelding Chicho, which is Rachel's horse, and she brought him along from a 2-year-old, and then I've had Luna now for, I guess 3 years.
You say little mare called Luna. Jamie was alluding to your picture with your wife earlier, and you seem to be about a foot taller than her. Either she's really short or you're really tall.
Yeah, I'm 6'1". I'm a little taller than Rachel, but she's about 5'6".
A little taller. This picture makes you look like you're a foot taller. It's your
It's
hat,
the hat.
too, I'm sure. Yeah.
It's the hat.
Yeah. My parents have always joked that I've only grown up, not out.
Wish I had that problem. So do you guys ride together a lot now, or is it the point where you're both so busy you don't even try to ride anymore?
It's the latter. We try to ride, and Rachel wants to ride more than we get to. And, just we'll get home and it'll be dark or late or cold or bad conditions. We are in East Tennessee, so we kind of get everything when we get it. But we try to. We've got a little arena that we ride in, and we're blessed to have about 14 acres here, and it's all pasture land, so we can ride wherever we want, and we're just super happy to be where we are.
And was she thrilled that she found a horse guy, or was she thinking that she was always going to not find a horse guy?
I don't know. I think everybody she met before me was a big giant loser. So I'm
Amen, brother. Those don't stick around long. We keep the good ones.
Yeah. Yep. I've learned that the more I do in the barn, the happier she seems to be. So it's the perfect recipe.
That goes
Acts of
both ways. I had
service.
some losers in the beginning too, though. So I think that goes both ways. Or I was the loser. I'm not sure which. It could have been that way too. I don't know. I think you have to go through a few to find the one that you're supposed to be with.
Absolutely.
I
It's
always-
like cooking. You got to have the right ingredients and the right recipe.
I always tell girls, I'm like, listen, how do you know what your favorite flavor of ice cream is if you don't try them all? You got to try all the flavors.
That's funny.
Parents hate me.
Did you have horses in the wedding?
We did not.
Good
We
move.
we did talk about it, but it was pretty quick move away from that idea.
Yeah, good move. Just goes wrong so often.
Yeah, we had them in the proposal that check that box.
Yeah, you're good. And about 5,000 people watching. So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was like, "What were you going to do if she said no?" I'm like, "I'm not dumb enough to ask her in front of that many people. If I think she's saying no."
Had you talked about it ahead of time? Like getting married?
Yeah, yes, we had some conversations about like, oh, the future, and our future together and everything. So I was confident that was where we were headed. I just don't think that she thought, as did I, that I was going to be doing it at the time that I did. And we had talked about getting married after she graduated college, which was one reason we did a longer engagement. So we dated for 2 years, then we were engaged for 2 years, and now we've been married for 8. And I think that long engagement and everything was really good. I recommend, people don't rush into those things, because you have to live a little life together just to learn how you're going to face hardships and good times and bad times, and just to really know that person's going to be there for you when stuff gets hard. And she definitely was, and I'm thankful for her.
Well, we're glad that you joined us today. You do realize she's coming on, by the way, auditors, hang on. She's going to join us in the Auditor Post Show, and now we're going to verify if she has the same story you do in the Auditor Post Show.
Yeah, she told me about that, and I was like, well, that's not really fair. She gets an opportunity to rebut all of my stories.
Yeah, but she also pays us to be an auditor, so
That's
there's
true.
that. We kind of are partial to the people who pay us.
And the girls in general. Not to
Yeah,
be whatever.
I mean,
Sorry.
95% of our audience is female, so
True.
we do. That's why we only do Horse Husbands once a month. It's like
Yeah, at least we get a little bit of time.
one last question. We started because you wrote to me about Teton Ridge. What is Teton Ridge?
Teton Ridge is the actual company that I work for, and they came into the Western industry. Thomas Toll is the guy that kind of spearheads that. It's his company, and he's involved in a lot of different business fronts, but he has a real passion for the Western world and for Western sports, and he wanted to be involved in that. So years ago, he came in. They bought the American Rodeo, the American Performance Horseman. We have Cowboys Indians magazine. And
you guys
as of
have
last
Cowboys
year,
Indians magazine. I didn't realize that.
we do, yeah. And just before the NFR last year, we purchased the Cowboy Channel. So now they're really taking steps forward, and they want to be the leading force in all things Western media. And they're doing a phenomenal job, and they're bringing in some really talented people. They're starting to do a lot more storytelling on the network with the Rocker Steiner show, and there's a show that follows bareback riders, and there's one coming out that follows Haley Kinsel. So they're really doing a great job of taking people who are only in the arena for 8 seconds to a minute, and taking them and putting a story out there so people can really get to know the people in the arena. And that's, to us, something that's been missing in rodeo for a long time, because you see them for such a short window of time, you don't get to know them as people. And they're doing a great job of that. So they also have Rodeo Vegas and Pro Fantasy Rodeo, which are the 2 areas that I'm directly involved in.
Wow. I didn't realize that the company was getting that big. Well, good job. Sounds like a fun gig to have, too. Well, thank you so much, Jordan, for joining us. We really appreciate it. And as I said, auditors, hang on to the end of the show. We're going to find out if Rachel agrees with any of that. Thanks, Jordan.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he was
You'll be
telling
all
the
right.
line there.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for having me on.
All right. See you, Jordan. Well, that was fun. I can't wait to hear his wife a little bit later on in the show and see if he agrees with it or she agrees with everything. But first, remember we had the lady on from Horses Inside Out. She's from England, and she's the one that paints the horses with the skeletons and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Horses Inside Out is thrilled to announce the inaugural Freddie Fox Award. That was her first horse, the white horse that she painted, the first one. The award is named after Freddie Fox, the original painted gray horse who helped launch the Horses Inside Out company. Even today, Freddie's legacy continues to teach people by showing them what's truly going on beneath the horse's skin, paving the way for better care and training. If you know a person who has made a significant impact on the equine industry, someone demonstrating commitment to the understanding and welfare of horses, you have until December 12th, 2025 to submit your nomination for the Freddie Fox Award. The winner will be presented at a gala dinner during the 2026 conference in England. Don't miss the opportunity opportunity to spotlight an equine hero, and it can be from any country, by the way. Visit horsesinsideout.com/awards to find out more and to submit your nomination today. So if you know somebody that's made a significant impact on the equine industry, you can just go there. We'll put a link in the show notes and submit them for the first annual Freddie Fox Award. I told her I'd make that announcement for her because she's such a sweet lady, and we enjoyed having her on. All right. We talked about it on Wednesday that we're coming into Hallmark holiday movie season, and we have a little bit of fun with that every year. I have never committed to watching any of these before, but on Wednesday...
I did it. I sucked it up and watched the Jack Black Christmas movie from last year and gave a review, and it was your turn.
Yes, it was. And I was going to watch a Hallmark movie about something about men, but I discovered I don't get Hallmark. I'd have to pay extra for that. And I'm sorry, ladies, I was not going to pay extra for that, and Ashley would not approve it as a company expense.
Darn Ashley, God.
So I found out I do get Lifetime, and they also have the exact same movies. They probably trade them back and forth, I think. So I watched one called Hot Chocolate Holiday that was put out in 2021. And there was a poll going on the auditor room about how long I would last in watching one of these movies. And I am disappointed in all of you. I am really disappointed. My wife said 3 minutes. There were other guesses at 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I had one that said 20 minutes. I'll have you all know that this movie was 90 minutes long and I made it 45. I'll have you know I made it halfway through this damn movie. So I outlasted all the predictions, I'm happy to report.
But how can you review a movie you didn't watch? You're supposed to watch the whole thing.
It's a Lifetime movie. I can review it. I know exactly what happens at the end. And I didn't have to watch the whole thing. So, then I went on and I watched the trailer, which basically showed the whole movie in 1 minute. And I was right about the end. So there. I didn't have to watch it. So what would you guess? Let's have you guess first what Hot Chocolate Holiday is all about.
Okay. Hot Chocolate Holiday. It's a story about a family of 6. The husband and wife, and they're older, and their kids are all grown, and their kids are scattered across the country. And to bring them back together, they decided, the mom was like, everybody come home for Christmas and we are going to enter a hot chocolate contest. Think like chili cook-off, but hot chocolate, like for hot chocolate. Now, they bring all the kids in and everybody's making their own recipe of hot chocolate and they're testing each other out. Well, what the mom didn't tell you is that the prize for the best hot chocolate is $25,000. And the winner who makes the best hot chocolate wins that. But what she also didn't tell them is she is way behind on her tax bill. So she has to win the hot chocolate contest to make sure that she gets the money to save the house, not the farm.
Yeah.
It's not a farm. It's just a house in a neighborhood. But unfortunately, he lost his job for a little while and got a little behind in the mortgage. And then they finally caught up to the mortgage, but the tax bill suffered. Listen, I don't write them, Glenn. I'm just telling you what happened. So anyway, I'm not going to tell you how it ended because you didn't watch the ending. You're going to have to go back and listen for yourself. Did they win the hot chocolate contest to win $25,000 to pay their back tax bill and save the house? I don't know.
I got to tell you, your version would have been much better than the one I watched. This is the description of the one I watched. Rival cafe owners Colette and Marcus, who are both very attractive and single, compete with their secret recipe hot chocolate, but find romance instead. It's a classic festive film with competing cocoa recipes, a charming small town, and heartwarming holiday romance.
God, I should have got that. How did I not get that?
Here's my review. Here's my review in 3 sentences of this movie. It was 90 minutes of watching pretty people make and fight over hot chocolate. That is the entire movie. Oh, and they got together in the end and made babies.
Okay.
That was my whole review. That's exactly what happened.
Do you know they made babies?
I would assume by the kissing at the end they made babies.
Okay. They practice, at least practice making babies.
They practice making babies.
And they see that the best part is if they show that.
That's insinuated.
I want to see
it's
it.
It's always insinuated. It's never shown. That's a different network altogether.
Like, I mean, I don't need to see like it, but like I want to see some romance and some loving.
What's the guy? Continuity is a big thing in movies, and there's a guy usually in a movie that's the whole job, to make sure everything seamlessly goes together and there's not things out of place. So the official description I read you said small town, right? Well, there was one point in this movie where it had B-roll of this huge city, and then it comes down to a street in this huge city with skyscrapers, and she walks into the door, insinuating that this little coffee shop or that she owns is in the big city. 5 minutes later, she walks out of the door of that same coffee shop, and it's a scene of a small town.
No way.
5 minutes later. It's like, is she in the big city or is she in... I couldn't figure that out. So,
Are you trying to tell me with these A-list actors that they have, like Aubrey Reynolds and Johnny Swinson and Shay Robbins and Madison Savoy, with all of those big names, they couldn't come up with somebody to actually make sure that there's continuity in the sets?
the editor
I'm shocked.
didn't even notice that we 5 minutes ago had this scene of a huge city and then a scene of a tiny small town. Yeah.
By the way, Colette and Marcus. I love those names.
Nobody's had those names in a long time. By the way, so I actually have the trailer of this movie. And pretty much the other thing I found is that if you watch the trailer, I'm going to save you 90 minutes because it explains the whole movie in the trailer. There's no teasing.
Okay.
It just explains the movie.
Cream on top, please.
You got it.
This looks amazing.
I love this stuff.
Just like Grandma's?
Just.
Colette's Cafe. Do you have that place over on Holly Street?
That's mine.
I'm actually opening next door.
It'll be nice to have a new neighbor.
What do you think?
I like it. What's good?
The hot chocolate.
Try this.
Just like normal.
This isn't mine. Someone copied my recipe and is selling it as their own.
Who would do that?
Scandal.
This tastes exactly like my recipe.
I doubt it's the same. Why would I, or anyone for that matter, try to imitate your hot chocolate recipe?
Because it's that good.
It's hot chocolate, but how many variations are there?
That's what I said.
I'm not the one who stole a secret hot chocolate recipe. My hot chocolate sales are down.
She just has to wake up and realize that a little competition is not the end of the world.
You are so...
There's
My
more to
ears
both
are
our shops
bleeding.
than just hot chocolate. Wanted you to see that, so...
So what do you think of Marcus?
Before you go making accusations, talk to the man first.
So truce?
Truce.
Marcus seems like a good guy. What's going on between you?
Nothing.
I'm gagging.
You remember Marcus?
I've heard a lot about you lately.
Mom.
Really?
Are we 12?
I'm sorry. Like, my 12-year-old son could have acted better than that. I mean, what is it with your hot chocolate? Are you copying my recipe?
Okay.
Why would I copy
tell me
your...
I'm good for making it 45 minutes into that. There
Dude,
were so much B-roll of making the hot chocolate. I mean, it's just...
Oh, I'm sorry. That was terrible.
It was awful. So then it got me curious. Do you have any guess of how many Christmas movies Hallmark has made over the years?
Oh, I have no idea. But I did see this breaking news. Hallmark, and it shows all these people pictures in the lab. They've almost come up with a new plot.
300 films. 30 to 40 new movies each year.
And you know these people are having to film them in like June.
Yes, exactly. Then it got me wondering, how much do these, Class A actors make? So you curious about that?
Yes, I definitely want to know that.
Okay, according to AI, they make roughly $5,600 to $24,000 per movie if you're in a supporting role, which isn't bad. The leading actors like Aubrey and Johnny in this make $65,000 per film. With top stars, if you're a big name star, like you've been on a soap opera before and then you come over here.
Ooh, big money.
They make up to $150,000 with multi-picture deals, and we know that because they're in all of them.
I'm telling you what, there is no way either one of those people are going to land another role after that.
Oh, I looked.
Garbage mouth.
I looked, and they've all had, each of one of those, Johnny and Aubrey, have each had multiple roles in Hallmark films. It's just one Hallmark film after another.
I feel like they should be better at it by now.
Apparently
I looked at the Rotten Tomatoes. There's no ratings.
Oh, really?
There's not even any
I'm
ratings.
the only one that watched this damn movie. 2 to 3 weeks it takes to film these, and it shows. I mean,
are you kidding me?
No.
It takes 2 to 3 weeks to film a movie?
Yeah, that's how short a time it is to film this one.
So
Well,
actually,
they
that's
couldn't even
pretty
get straight
good
whether
money.
it was in the middle of a big city or in a small town. They couldn't even get that straight.
Well, I think that they should make my film because I thought that a family of six
Yes. Oh, yours
scattered
would be
across
much better.
country comes back together for the holidays. Not rival. Opens a hot chocolate cafe next door to her hot chocolate cafe, and they live in a small town. How many people are buying hot chocolate? Is there booze in it? I mean, give me something.
Okay, finally, I asked Gemini AI. I said, Gemini, look through all the holiday movies that Hallmark's made and give me one paragraph to describe the plot of most of these movies. Do you want to hear what Gemini said?
Well, I could probably figure it out, but go ahead.
Most Hallmark Christmas movies follow a predictable plot, where a highly successful, career-focused woman from a big city travels to a quaint, perpetually snowy small town for a professional obligation, usually to assess or shut down a charming family-run holiday business. She is initially resistant to the town's simple charm, but soon meets a handsome, widowed local man, often a baker, carpenter, or inn owner, who embodies the true spirit of Christmas. As they are forced to work together on a festive project, they fall in love. She rediscovers her holiday spirit, and after a brief misunderstanding, she quits her city job to stay in a cozy town, saving the businesses and sharing a kiss with her new love interest at the annual Christmas Eve event. Yay,
Okay.
Gemini, you got it right.
So here's the deal. Have you seen the videos of the guy? And he is like, hey guys, I just want to update you after, Jessica left me for the Christmas tree farmer. Turns out she went to high school. So he's the rich boyfriend that was jilted, the jilted lover, because she left and went and stayed in the small town. And it's him like, hey guys, yeah, I see all your questions coming in. Okay, are Jessica and Brad still together? Yes, they are still together, but unfortunately, they've had to move back in with his parents because it turns out Christmas tree farms don't make that much money. How am I doing? Yeah, I'm doing great. Like, I sold my business on Wall Street, and I'm currently and he goes to the whole thing about how his life is versus how her. He's like, I hope she's happy. I mean, she chose him over me, and I just really think that was probably, all I did was take one phone call at dinner and she breaks up with me and runs back to the guys she met, in high school who runs a Christmas tree farm in their small town. Like, I don't understand why she would do that, but it's fine. I'm doing fine. Everything's great. I'm taking some me time. I love it.
I will say, in this movie, which is unusual for Lifetime or Hallmark, there wasn't one alcoholic drink that was drunk. It was all just cocoa. It was just cocoa.
Yeah, I'm like, you slip some Pendleton's whiskey in there or something. Make it better.
All cocoa. There wasn't one bottle of wine, nothing. It was just me watching cocoa be made for 45 minutes.
Chocolate martini, anybody? I mean, duh.
Tell me you would have made it the whole way through that movie just listening to the trailer.
No, I 10 minutes and I'll do that too. I'll turn them on like, okay, I'm in bed. Chad's gone. I'm going to watch a little Christmas movie and I'll turn them on. I'll be like, nope. Because I just 10 minutes in, I'm like, the acting.
You. And I know a lot of our listeners, because we hear it every time we do this, a lot of our listeners love these movies. And we love you for loving these movies because somebody's got to watch them because it's not us. Anyway, we're going to play during holiday week on that Monday. We're going to have Jamie actually give us more plots of some of this year's Christmas movies from Hallmark.
And you guys, I'm going to nail it. Okay. I am coming at you because I thought that hot chocolate holiday, I thought I crushed that one.
Would have been better. We still have to do some really bad ads, so let's get through those. Here's some.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
If you ain't met one by now, you're bound to sooner or later. He says one thing and he means another, but hey, he can't help it. He's a horse trader. Horse trading. Well, it's a laissez-faire. Let the buyer beware. Horse trading. They tell a low-down lie with a sincere stare. Horse trading. Well, if they're talking in circles and the deal ain't square, he's a master in the fine art of persuading. Horse trading.
That's right. It is time for Really Bad Ads, that time of the week where listeners submit ads and we have a little bit of fun with them from Craigslist or Facebook. We will have prizes, but they will not be... actually, we won't have any more prizes until January. And the reason for that is because we get the prize donations in for holiday week, and we can't really ask our sponsors.
So are we adding all of these people to that list?
We'll be on for January, and I promise to have some prizes for you in January. But everybody that submitted will be added to that. We'll have a big, long list for January. And I know some of you submit every week, so you'll be on there 100 times. Thank you for keeping on submitting. But our Really Bad Ads are, we won't get to all of them this week.
Well, remember, links to the ads don't work. You have to send screenshots. So submitted, potentially not sending it, or they did, I don't know. Sen, Autumn, and Janelle, thank you guys all for sending them. Again, I know Sen, and probably the reason he doesn't get them is he sends very inappropriate ones. Like, I mean...
Do you know?
I love him. I do. He took the course with me, and I was like, you got to start. He was sending them to me, and I'm like, dude, I have a podcast you should send him to. He had no idea.
Jennifer's filter is much tougher than your filter.
Way tougher. So
way tougher.
He's never going to listen to this. He doesn't listen. He just sends all the really inappropriate ones in. All right. The first one came from Maggie, and the person who submitted this ad, we don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe Facebook, maybe there's all it is a list with a lot of emojis. Okay. So the title is all caps must and then fire emoji. Okay. Whatever. First one, green check mark, have papers with some sort of scroll emoji. Green check, be 4 to 10 years old. Green check, all caps, gentle, no watchy, snorty BS. Once he gets to know you, none of that. And then a puff of smoke emoji. I don't know why.
He's a magician, I guess.
Green check mark, color, chroma, huge, plus with a red crayon.
Okay, can I stop you? I'm confused. Are we looking for a horse or are we selling a horse?
I don't know. Green check, sound, no crazy scars. Okay. Green check, straight legs. Green check, prefer a gelding with a man's face emoji. Then green check, more than one brain cell with a brain emoji. Green check can be draft X, wouldn't need papers, but has to look the part. Didn't they say they have to have papers? Okay. Green check, thick build like your favorite couch or sofa to sit on. Again, I don't know.
I think I've had too much cocoa. I don't understand that ad.
Did you put some whiskey in yours? Because, I mean, that's the only way you're going to get through that ad.
Keep in mind, I had food poisoning while watching it, too. So there was that. Charlotte sent the next one in. It's a picture of a Western saddle. It looks kind of Australian Western.
One of those like nylon BaD saddles with...
I love her comment. It says, when people who buy abandoned storage units find horse tack.
Okay, what's the ad?
The description, this is it. It's a picture of a Western saddle. Horse riding chair, almost new.
It's my horse chair. I need a nice horse chair.
She's probably right. That's funny, Charlotte.
Christy sent the next one in, and this is from Affordable Equines in Michigan Facebook page. Okay. And it's a picture of a chestnut horse with a lot of hair. This is Lady. In parentheses, she isn't a lady by any means. Lady thinks humans were put on this earth to serve her food and more food. Lady is a beautiful mover. She knows it too. So, can I just say she doesn't know that she's a beautiful mover? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Sorry. Anyway. So you can just watch her strut her stuff. She will sometimes play Catch Me If You Can.
She makes it sound like that's a fun thing.
That's so fun.
It's a great game.
You can ride her, but she will let you know that this isn't her forte. She will only plow rein she will only plow rein and walk trot. If you have it in you, she will canter. Okay. Lady has had
all
one.
These negatives are made into these glowing positives.
Yeah. She'll canter. She won't do anything unless you can do it. Ladies had one foal that I know of. She will let you know she. This is the dumbest ad. She will let you know she is the best mom ever. And don't test her parenting skills. What? I believe at this time in her life, lady might just be suited as a pasture companion, in parentheses, unless you like a challenge. All this being said, please don't ask if she's kid safe. In parentheses, she is if you don't like your kids. Lady is around 17 to 18 years old. In parentheses, you can look at her teeth if you dare. $600 if ask me any questions that is if you ask me any questions that is already answered, I won't respond. What the hell is she?
She's bad is what she is. I like how all this was taking all these negatives and made them positives.
Hey, I need a spin doctor on this one. So you make some calls like, okay, she'll bite you. Make her if you dare, if you're brave, you got to be brave. You got to know what you're doing. You got to have stuff done. Again,
show cancer if you're really good and
if you're good enough. Oh my God.
Lindsay sent the next one in.
I hate that person, by the way.
I know you do.
Not the
we could tell.
Christy who submitted it. I hate the person who wrote that ad. I hate you. I want to kick you in the shin. Like if I saw you, I would kick you.
First of all, if I'm going to the wanted ads or the for sale ads, I don't want to think that hard. If I have to think that hard, I'm moving on. It's like,
just tell me about the dang horse.
Yes. All right, St. Francis, Minnesota. Can arrange hauling for a fee. Need temporary board? Just ask.
What are you reading?
It's right there. It's right in the ad. Mid-late teen sorrel gelding standing 15 AH of pure Union 9 to 5er. These ads are just messing with us today.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. Sweet as a gas station cinnamon roll and twice as dense. He is not spooky. He is not fast. He is not motivated by your goals, your dreams, or your leg. At least it's clear. His main personality traits are slow, honest, and snack-seeking. He gives big golden retriever energy if the retriever had 2 brain cells and you both on break. You can point him at a thing and he'll amble to it like, yeah, I got you, boss, and then stand there like a retired mall cop supervising a kiosk. That was written by AI.
What is it called? What is it called when you use like or as? Is that a simile or a metaphor? What is that called?
I don't know.
That one is full of the like a whatever, like a retired mall. You know what? Stop being cute.
No, that was AI.
You think you're
I bet
cute.
you that was AI.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Sweet as a gas station cinnamon roll and twice as dense.
That's first. Oh. That's a first.
That is true. Never heard that one.
First.
Oh, Mel sent the next one in, and it's our trailer of the week. Oh, wow, this one's beautiful. This is so pretty. Horse float. Too. This is Australia. Horse float, heavy duty floor, springs and tailgate. Ideal to cut lid off to create trailer. Was project to create a funky bedroom, but no longer required.
What?
Where the hell are you going to put a bed in this thing?
Like
it's a one horse trailer. Is the door on the front? Like I don't understand what I'm looking at here, but basically it looks like a
very homemade.
Very homemade one horse trailer that is utterly falling apart.
How are they going to make a bedroom? It's to be a small bedroom.
That is where you go, kids, you've been bad. Go out to the trailer.
Do they make one smaller than a twin?
Gideon.
That would have been this one. Oh, my God. Kayla sent this one in. Handsome. Almost 17. Hand must go to the best place. 10-year-old. Do not message and ask if he is this or that. Come look at him. He is free to the best home only. I will not waste my time answering silly messages. Is he this or is he that? And then you don't reply. He is beautiful and will make the best horse in the right home. Believe me when I say I do not that you are suited to him either. He will not go with you.
What?
I read them as they're written, and that was tough to read.
Uh-huh.
That was tough. So basically, I'm going to tell you nothing about this horse. You're not allowed to ask anything, and he's free. Just take him home. That's what I got.
Is that the picture associated with him? Is that the same thing? The next page down?
I don't know.
Please come look. He's good to catch. Trim worm float is not hard fed. Does well in paddock.
I don't know.
Okay. This is one that I found in Oklahoma Horse and Tack, and every once in a while I'll see one, I'll send it to Jennifer, and it's just fantastic. Okay. No punctuation in most of this. Okay. Meet Gus 15, your paint gelding. He is an all-around good horse. I would not... I guess the word wouldn't, but take out all the vowels. It's like there's no vowels.
I'd like to buy a vowel, please.
I know. No, you can't have one. No vowels.
You can't afford vowels. You don't have enough money for vowels.
I would say he is more woe or go. We have used him to do trail riding and pony the kids off at play days. He can also be rode bareback. The kids has rode him. Oh, wait, this is Oklahoma. What am I doing? The kids has rode him around bareback as well as my husband and shot guns off him. And the gentleman we bought him off of said he had him at his ranch and he used him.
Well, that's
he ain't
good.
Spooky.
Didn't not use them for what? Just used them.
Wouldn't say he's more woe or go. We had used him to do trail riding and pony the kids off of play days, and then he can also be rode bareback. And the kids has rode him around bareback as well as my husband and shot guns off of him. And the gentleman we bought him off of said he had used him on his ranch, and he ain't spooky at all. No rare kick bite to him. No rare kick bite. That would be amazing if that all happened at the same time. No rare kickback. Great with the vet and farrier and Kern Cogginson. Just warmed 3 days ago. Had him trimmed a week ago. He's had a lot of training put into him prior by someone else. He neck reins. Reins is spelled like long may he reign.
Like the queen.
He neck reins like a dream and will also go off leg pressure and foot cues and will get prancy.
By the way, there's so many vowels missing here. It's incredible.
It's like they're, what is it? What's Scotland? No, not Scotland. That doesn't have any. Wales.
Oh,
the
Wales,
Welsh
yes,
language.
yes,
It's all in Welsh.
Yeah. There's no vowels at all.
They don't use vowels.
All right. Amanda sent this one in, and she said, look carefully at the pics. All right. You look at the pics. I'll read the ad. Unwanted horses near me. I don't know where, but it's near her. 2015 AQHA 15 two-hand gorgeous. Beginner/family mare. Pepper is a true blue unicorn. She is absolutely safe in any situation, and my 4-year-old son can ride her by himself. She will go anywhere you point, is traffic safe, loves water, is sure-footed on the trail, and is not spooky. Pepper is the ultimate trail horse. My God, Pepper's fat.
Pepper is a giant. And by the way, they said also under that she's just too good. She's just too good. For more information, okay. Obviously, this is a scam because it's on Unwanted Horses Near Me, and the horse is a blue draft of some sort. I can't remember which ones are blue. Stunning, and it's doing dressage, and then it's doing like gaucho stuff, and then the Western riding with kids on it, and then this guy's riding it bareback and bridleless. So yeah, this is a scam because unwanted horses for sale near me. No,
not this horse.
Scam alert. Oh Lord, have mercy. This next one, grade QH Frisian Cross Mare.
It's weird. It makes the horse look long and fat and thin all at the same time.
Oh, it's so skinny and no soul. Okay, 15-year-old mare. This is in Sedalia. Google where that is.
Okay.
Where's Sedalia?
No, because then you'll want to go get it.
No, it's a mare. I can't bring mares home. I'm not allowed.
Oh, then Sedalia is in south of Missouri.
Oh, that's not that far. Go get it. I have friends.
Larissa,
I got you another mare. 15-year-old mare. Looks bred, but not. By the way, it's a quarter horse Frisian, and it's a pinto. like a really skinny, sad looking pinto. 15-year-old mare looks bred, but not confirmed. Rides lazy and quiet. Good to lead beginners on. Not a hard keeper. Yeah, nothing's a hard keeper when you starve it, you dick. Not a hard keeper, but needs top line. No. Not dangerous, just doesn't rein good enough. $3,000
for a horse this person doesn't want to feed, apparently.
Oh,
I love when they I love when they say like needs top line. Well, you could have fixed that. It's something you can fix.
It is a hard keeper. Nothing's a hard keeper if you just starve
feed
them.
it. Yeah, if you feed it, it's not a hard keeper.
I hate this person more than the last person that I said I hate. I hate this person so much
See
more,
what
and
all
I
that
would punch him in the
talk does to people. It
in
just
the
gets
throat.
them in a mood.
I'm going to punch him in the throat. The other one gets kicked in the shin. This one gets a throat punch. Okay, next.
By the way, if you want the best hot chocolate, that was the last ad. If you want the best hot chocolate, it's Ghirardelli hot chocolate mix. Oh, it's so good.
Spay neuter gelds, please stop breeding these messes. Good Lord.
Have yourself a cup of nice hot chocolate. Auditors, hang on.
Where's Sedalia? I'm going to Google that.